Hello, everyone. It's time for another campaign diary. This time for Curse of the Crimson Throne, Book 5, The Skeleton of Scarwall, Part 2, Castle Scarwall, Chapter 3, Exploring the First Floor. Having finished the fight with the hideous and horrifying corpse orgies, the group takes a few minutes to kind of rest, recuperate, and regain their balance before heading further into the castle. They go along into a northern corridor and find a northern room that appears to be covered with rotting and decaying bones and corpses of humanoids, orcs, humans, demi-humans. Though the bones aren't decaying quite as much as they should be, the group finds rusted weapons, remnants of a massive fight or battle happened in this room. Slumped in the corner, they find a piece of well-preserved armor with the heraldry of Last Wall etched upon it. Investigating, Gregor and Idris go investigate. They don't touch it, but Idris reaches out to grab it, pick it up with his mage hand, at which point a incorporeal figure rises from the armor, eyes glowing, becoming more and more active into full power. In a hollow voice, it says, "You shall not have Srethril. It is mine and no other's." And it heads directly to attack Eno, focusing its main attacks on Eno, and it kind of hit on Eno. As the group fights it, Renan tries to unsuccessfully turn it, realizing that it perhaps is more powerful in his ability to turn at this moment in time. At that point then, he and Gregor hit it with several magical attacks. Gregor specifically a star from his crown of stars, and several blasts set to knock it back. It seems intent on destroying or killing Eno, the paladin, for some reason. The others, fight it with their more mundane weapons, realize it doesn't quite do as much damage to the thing as one would expect. After a pitched but fevered battle, they defeat the Wraith. Renan, in the middle of the fight, having noticed that it was a more advanced Wraith than most normal Wraiths, meaning it has greater powers and more resistant to their the methods of damage they might have available to them. The group decides to quickly carry on. They go down the corridor toward the southeast corner of the first floor. This appears to be a defensive corridor with arrow slits facing out into the main entryway, the main entrance hall. Before they couldn't see much, but now they notice what appear to be remnants of bodies on the floor. And then some swirling red mist seems to creep up slowly into the room and it seems to, as it creeps up, it touches them, and it seems to drain the life force from them. Quick thinking by Renan and Gregor recognizes this. These things might be somewhat vampiric in nature, specifically with the ability to drain life force, although not precisely in nature. The group then engages, though these creatures seem to be able to walk through where the group stands, and as it walks through it, anything it touches is affected by this life-draining force, sucking the life out and pulling life into itself and making itself more vigorous at the same time. It does a fairly significant amount of damage to Lavinia and Idris as it touches. The others, lesser extent so. Renan's constitution and Eno's constitution keeping them relatively protected. Eventually the group manages to destroy this, finding a few select pieces of treasure in the rubble. They head on down into the southeast corridor where they find several rooms with papers and some interesting, one is interesting phantasm of the past. making Idris have the desire to go up to the top of the room, up the tower, and throw himself off because he has the realization that the castle will never have enough supplies to withstand the siege that throws him off. Another room, not much of interest. The third room, it appears to be an old guard captain's quarters, and in there they encounter a armed figure clad in city in black armor with glowing eyes through its helm, and a sword and a shield. It says, "This time I shall not fail you, Master Kozvan." And as the group approaches, it unleashes a ball of fire and necrotic energy that strikes the group and has a devastating effect, throwing them off in the initial moments of the battle. Eno moves to attack the creature, but misses. And that's more or less where we left off. For the first two encounters, you each get 4,900 XP, and I hope you enjoyed that. Summary, please let me know if there's any glaring errors or omissions. Thank you very much. Bye.